In a move that's set to redefine the boundaries between popular culture and high art, BTS leader RM, also known as Kim Namjoon, has been announced as the guest curator for a major exhibition at the San Francisco Museum of Modern Art in 2026. This isn't just another celebrity collaboration or a publicity stunt. This is a legitimate recognition of an artist who has spent years building credibility in the contemporary art world, quietly visiting galleries, collecting works, and engaging in meaningful dialogue with artists and curators across the globe. For those who've only seen RM as a K-pop idol, this announcement might seem surprising, but for anyone who's followed his journey as an art enthusiast and collector, this feels like an inevitable and well-deserved moment. RM's relationship with art isn't new or superficial. Unlike many celebrities who dabble in art as a hobby or status symbol, RM has demonstrated genuine passion and knowledge that goes far beyond what's expected from someone in the music industry. He's been photographed at major art fairs from Basel to Frieze, not for photo opportunities but genuinely engaging with the work. He's visited countless museums during BTS world tours, often spending his limited free time in galleries rather than resting. His Instagram account has become a curated gallery in itself, showcasing works from artists like KAWS, Takashi Murakami, and lesser-known contemporary creators. He's supported emerging artists, purchased significant pieces for his personal collection, and has built relationships with curators and gallery owners who respect his eye and understanding of contemporary art movements. What makes this SFMOMA appointment particularly significant is the institutional validation it represents. SFMOMA isn't just any museum. It's one of the most prestigious contemporary art institutions in the United States, known for its rigorous standards and influential exhibitions. For them to invite RM as a guest curator signals a major shift in how museums are thinking about cultural influence, access, and the future of art appreciation. They're not just borrowing his fame to sell tickets. They're acknowledging that RM brings a unique perspective that could genuinely contribute to important conversations about art in the 21st century. The exhibition is expected to explore the intersection of Eastern and Western contemporary art, examining themes of identity, globalization, and cultural exchange. Given RM's own experience navigating between Korean and global culture, between underground hip-hop roots and massive pop stardom, between Seoul and cities worldwide, he's uniquely positioned to curate a show that addresses these complex themes with authenticity. His perspective as someone who exists in multiple worlds simultaneously, who understands both the intimacy of personal artistic expression and the reality of creating for millions, could bring fresh insights to these conversations. This collaboration also represents something larger about the changing landscape of cultural legitimacy. For decades, there's been a rigid hierarchy that placed fine art at the top and popular culture somewhere far below. Pop stars were entertainers, not intellectuals. Museums were sacred spaces separate from the noise of mass media. But those boundaries have been eroding for years, and RM's appointment accelerates that transformation. It forces us to reconsider our assumptions about where artistic vision and cultural insight can come from. Why shouldn't someone who's created music that's moved millions, who's written lyrics that explore philosophy and human emotion, who's demonstrated consistent engagement with visual art over years, have something valuable to contribute to museum programming? The impact on RM's massive global fanbase cannot be understated. BTS has one of the most devoted followings in music history, with millions of young fans who follow every aspect of the members' lives. When RM visits an art gallery and posts about it, searches for that artist spike dramatically. When he mentions a book he's reading, it becomes a bestseller. Now imagine the effect of him curating a major museum exhibition. Thousands of young people who might never have considered visiting SFMOMA, who might have felt intimidated by contemporary art or assumed it wasn't for them, will make pilgrimages to San Francisco to see what their favorite artist has selected and arranged. They'll engage with challenging contemporary works because someone they trust has vouched for their significance. This isn't dumbing down art for the masses. It's opening doors that have been unnecessarily closed, making space for new audiences who are hungry for meaningful cultural experiences but haven't always felt welcomed into traditional art spaces. There's also something powerful about seeing an Asian artist in this role at a major American institution. Representation matters in every field, and the art world has historically been dominated by Western, predominantly white voices in positions of curatorial authority. RM curating this exhibition, bringing attention to Korean and other Asian contemporary artists, examining questions of cultural identity and exchange from his specific vantage point, contributes to necessary diversification of perspectives in institutional art spaces. It demonstrates to young Asian artists and art lovers that these spaces are for them too, that their perspectives and cultural backgrounds are valuable contributions to global contemporary art discourse. Of course, there will be skeptics. Some art world purists will dismiss this as a gimmick, questioning whether RM has the expertise or education to curate a serious exhibition. But those critics might want to examine their own biases about what qualifies someone to engage deeply with art. RM may not have a formal art history degree, but he's demonstrated years of self-directed study, genuine passion, and an eye that many trained professionals respect. He's learned through immersion and genuine curiosity rather than academic credentials, and there's value in that approach. Some of the most innovative curators and collectors throughout history have been passionate autodidacts who brought fresh perspectives precisely because they weren't constrained by traditional training. As we look toward 2026 and this groundbreaking exhibition, we're witnessing a moment that will likely be remembered as significant in the ongoing evolution of how we think about art, culture, and accessibility. RM's journey from underground rapper to global pop phenomenon to respected art world figure is uniquely his own, but it also represents broader possibilities about breaking down artificial barriers between different forms of cultural expression. When the exhibition opens at SFMOMA, it won't just be about the specific artworks displayed, though those will certainly be fascinating. It will be about the statement that moment makes, that cultural influence flows in multiple directions, that passion and genuine engagement matter more than pedigree, and that the future of art belongs to everyone willing to look, learn, and engage with open eyes and an open heart.